Hello and welcome to another edition of the Pastor Show. The name is Daniel Agyemang. This is how far the God has been so faithful to us. And here we are starting a new month. We are in the month of June, and God has been so great to you. Wherever you find yourself, we welcome you to the show, and we entreat you to really share the page, like it, and share it with some new friends. Today we are talking about such an exciting topic, and we believe that it's going to inspire you wherever you find yourself in whatever that you are before. Let me share this with you. Change the unchangeable, accept the unchanged, and remove yourself from the unacceptable. See, you are the only one that can make whatever change that you want to have in whatever you want to do. But you need to know yourself. This is where I welcome you to the show. My guest today is our own brother who has really gone through so much, but through the challenges and difficulties that he finds, he was able to make it. He was able to make it. But before then, I want us to take this, and right after um, we continue with the show. So I will be right back just after this. All right, welcome back. Welcome back. Sorry for that. So my guest today is our own dear brother, who will be speaking to us today. Welcome, brother. How are you doing?
Thank you.
Very,
I'm doing good. How about you?
very good. Very good. So today our topic is leading the change. Leading the change. What it is? What is your story? What is your expectation? And what have you been able to do? So we begin with some of the few things. How was life really going?
Oh, thank you so much. I call you Chairman. Chairman Aubrey, thank you so much for the opportunity given me. It's a huge platform. It's my first time talking on such a huge platform, and thank you for this opportunity, you and your team. I see Sister Cecilia too on your team, so thank you guys for having me on this platform. And I would take this opportunity to also say hi to your audience, your listeners, your viewers, and I hope by the time I'm done with my presentation or our conversation, this is not even a presentation. This is just personal young people's conversation. So by the time I'm done with my conversation with you, or you'll be blessed, or you might take something out of this conversation. Thank you so much. Yeah, back to your question. Um, Life growing up, I would say it wasn't bad for me. I grew up in quite a huge or big family. I was among um, siblings of four. I was the second among these four, and take note, we were a year apart, so four um, probably year different, just a year apart. It's just like we're growing up as twins or like triplets or quadruplets, we might call it. So basically, me, myself, my other brothers, and my sister, we all grew up together, and we went to school basically together from kindergarten all the way up to university. As I said, we are a year apart. So at a point, me, myself, and my elder brother were in the same class. At a point in my life, too, my younger brother and my sister was in the same class with me. So you should know how it went. But I would say growing up, since I had my siblings with me, it wasn't bad because most people we looked up to ourselves. We were each other's keeper. So it wasn't as bad as having you to yourself. Try to figure out life. Certain things I might know my big brothers know. Certain things I might know my younger brothers, also my younger brother and my sister also know. So it's basically like helping us grow together as as a family. My mom was there to support my dad, so also there to support. But I would say growing up was pretty much easy. I grew up in Ghana. I know this is a platform that goes all the way up. So I grew up in Ghana. I grew up in the place called Maxima in Tech, Kumasi Tech area. That's where I grew up, and I went to Infant Jesus International School from my early days of education all the way up to junior high school. That's why I completed. Senior high school, I went to Kenya University Senior High. That was in the heart of Kenya University. And after that, I went to University of Cape Coast, so where I did communication studies before I came to America. That's pretty much my life growing up.
Wow, what a what a journey! What a so in all these things that you did grow up with your siblings, right? What really motivated you to really get to where you are? I mean, what was your personal story in all this with your siblings, growing up with them in school and other stuff? What was your personal, I mean, story?
Uh, can you repeat the question? I didn't get it right. I'm sorry.
So I was asking that,
It was cutting off.
um, what was your personal story? I mean, growing
Oh,
up with
personal.
siblings of four, right?
Oh,
I mean, going
personal
all the way
story.
to from elementary all the way to, I mean, the class, KNUS. What was the personal story?
I think I'm still not hearing you correctly. If um, my line, I
Can
don't
you
know.
hear me now? Can you hear me, please?
Yes, I can hear you. Yeah, I
Okay.
can hear you
So
now.
I was
Yes, yes,
asking
I can hear
that,
you now. Sorry.
I mean, looking at all the things that you said, right, and looking at it,
Mhm.
I mean, the journey that you started with your siblings, too close, and growing up with them. What was the personal story, and how did you end up becoming? What is the personal story?
Oh, I get it now. I get it now. You're asking about my personal story. Um, as I said earlier in my first submission, I would say that was when I was growing up. I had my siblings there to support. So on the personal level, I would say from um, my life basically has mostly been in school. Okay, I'm not coming to say here and say, oh, I went there, I was selling stuff and blah blah blah. Nah, nah, nah. My life was generally tuned into school. Okay, so in my early stages of school, from kindergarten all the way up to university, as I said, was basically you go to school, you come home, you are with your family, you get it's not something I would say was how far as I say, I was basically in school mostly. And you know how school goes, school has its ups and downs. I remember in college, in the, let's say, university in Ghana, I moved from mostly my school I did it at home.
Mm-hmm.
It was going from school to home. For finally, when I got to college and in University of Cape Coast, that was my first time actually staying outside. Like that's what my first time staying outside from my house, and it was a good experience in a sense that everything seems to be new. If you know Ghana from Kumasi to Cape Coast, you know it's a little bit different. It's a little bit different down there. But I would say that spending life in Cape Coast, 4 years in Cape Coast, gave me a different perspective of life. That you can live alone. You have to be tough skinned. Going through life. You can't have it all rosy. You can't have your mom around you every single day. But in Cape Coast, you find a life for yourself. Okay, so that's what I would say was a little bit of a challenge to me when I transitioned into University of Cape Coast. That's what I would say it was a bit of a challenge. But in all things, I would say I'll give thanks to God. It took me through it. It was um Cape Coast University. Everybody would say is the hardest among the universities in
Some
Ghana.
people
But
say that is
by
the
God's grace, we went through it and we are here.
yeah. Some people say that is the university of choice. Others also say that
Yeah,
under Christ control. Some also say that university of constant confusion. Yeah.
yeah, you're right.
Wow. Wow. So, what was the passion in becoming a civil engineer? How did you end up being a civil engineer in the United
Wow,
States?
great question.
And I can call you Engineer Daniel.
Uh,
How? How?
okay, thank
With a
you,
young
thank
man.
you, thank you. I mean, is interesting. Okay, let me share this story. Um, in everything I've said from University of Cape Coast, I did communication studies. Actually, it's a humanity course. It's arts. It's basically um, um public relation, journalism, um, advertising, and stuff like that. It was way different. All right, I came to America 2015. Um, Coming down here, I already had my bachelor's in communication studies. Um, we came in here. I came in with my brother and my sister. Okay. At this point, I will say I'll take this opportunity to thank one important person in my life. He's called. Everybody calls him Uncle Dan down here. He's called Dan Dan. So he's actually a pharmacist. He's actually my auntie's husband. So he's my uncle. He came to us. He actually came to me and my brother, my sister. When we came here at we're fresh. Now he was like, "So what do you all want to do?" Um, he sat with us. He encouraged us. Um, he encouraged us a lot through this journey because I decided to continue with communication studies with masters, but he told us one thing that I will never forget. He said, "America is a land of opportunities. Okay, in America you can start your life, you can start your life good. You can make it good for yourself, or you can make it bad for yourself." So the platform was open for me. So I didn't even thought of civil engineering then. So I was just okay. He was just talking. Okay. So at a point, me, my brother, and my sister was having a conversation like, okay, is it good? Are we going to have a career change? Can we have a career change? And how is it going to go? How is it going to pan out to be? So my brother was like, oh, well, anyway, you could try being share, that's what he said. Oh, they could try
Mm-hmm.
being share. So actually, we went out to community college where we registered first. So we did all those TSA. We just went to write those tests, maths and science. I did pass. It was maths and English, so I did pass it, and I began. Okay. In beginning, I didn't know I was going to end up in civil engineering. So I went to a counselor, and she asked, "What do you want to do?" And I was going through my mind. It's like, I was an art student. I explained myself, blah, blah, blah. And she asked me, do you want a career change? I was like, yeah, fine. I will do a career change. And he gave me the options. I said, okay. I looked into it. The first thing I looked at was civil engineering. And I said, okay, I want to be a civil engineer. So she said, "Can you do it?" America, they don't discourage you. They rather encourage you to do it. Okay, so she gave me the courses, and I started with basic classes. Community college basic classes and stuff. So what she did was she fused in one of the hard classes in, let's say, three easy classes. She fused in one of the hard classes into three easy classes because I wasn't having that math background because I was an art student. I was a humanities student. So she was, kind of like a doctor to me. She was, giving me the medication as and when needed. So every semester she will fuse in one hard class mixed with easy classes like English. I'm not saying those classes are easy, but she will fuse in the math, which I was struggling with, in an easy one, which I can, easily get. So she kept doing that. She kept doing that till we finished with the basics, with the hard ones, like let's say all the math classes were able to go through them, and I was at a point that okay, let me transfer. So I transferred to the University of Texas at Arlington, where I did civil engineering. I continued with civil engineering. Down there too was a challenge because um, the math wasn't that top
Wasn't
at
that
that
strong?
at that level in the as compared to community college, but
Mm-hmm.
in uh, in the university, that's where you're not going to be spoon fed like you are in community college. You need to find your way through. So yeah, we picked the classes, hard work. I always say this as a young person: hard work, dedication, determination is what brought me here. It wasn't easy. If I'm saying it this way, you may seem it's rosy. It wasn't easy. We, me, myself, my brother, and myself, my brother, my sister, we were going to school and working at the same time. Okay, so you see, America going to school, balancing school and work was one of the hardest and the toughest um, life experience I've ever had in my life. All being said, God has been good to me. I went through all the classes. Uh, I failed some, passed some, resist some, cried through some, and by grace of God, through that's I said, through hard work, determination, and dedication towards this, I was able to make it up to this point. So that's what I would say
So,
about
so
about this. So yeah.
talking about all these things, was there a time that you had wanted to give up? Was there some time that, I mean, it was so tough for you to really give up that you said, "Oh, no, I'm going to give up from here"? Was there that time?
At time, there were a couple of times. There were a lot of times. I would say I would say there was a lot of times that we started was like, this is not for us. This is not something we should do because we have already gotten into it. So I would say giving up wasn't an option. It was tough, but giving up wasn't an option to me at all. Um, The point, I remember a point when we went to class. Um, we took a test and it came back like 38%. So it was, I remember that class was structural analysis class. It was funny. It was, we were we were just down. We thought we were not going to make it, okay, through this. So I told my uncle, well, one time I went to his house and he said, when you go to him and you start crying, no, I don't want to do it. All he says is go back, rethink, and go take the class again. So always, I'll always say this. I'll say thank you to my uncle again, Uncle Dan. He's been so helpful to me. There was so many times that we wanted to quit that I just said, yeah, but by God's grace and hard work, dedication towards what we were the goal was, get this done, get this out of the way. Okay, education is the key. I've been through education since growing up. Why am I going to stop here? I need to keep going. Keep going. So that kept me motivated and that kept me going. So there was a couple of times that we decided not to do this anymore. Okay.
So if your uncle is to listen to you right now, what will you tell
Ah, he's always proud. He should be proud. I think so. He he'll be proud of us. I mean, I always use the plural of it because it was I, everything was done between by myself and my sister and my brother. So they've been part of my life. So I would say my uncle, he's proud, but he keeps letting us do more, which I don't know, but he's proud. He's proud. Yeah.
All right. So I some kind of remember one time. I think we did have some conversation. So how was it? You had touched on you were working at the same time and then paying for your school fees and other stuff, and you know looking at studying outside the university, it is not cheap as when you how it would be. So was there a time that you struggled to even register for a semester? And how did you pull yourself?
Uh, okay. Since this is we are empowering the youth here, I will say this. I went to school. I'll confess. I went to school 5 years of school, sitting down here with no debt. Uh, okay. Let's
How
do
did you
this.
do it?
Community college. Community college. Started with community college. When we went to community college, we had financial aid, right? I know it's not a lot. People have scholarship, full scholarship and everything. I didn't get the opportunity to get that scholarship for fully paid scholarship or full ride scholarship. I didn't have that opportunity. But the little I had was the financial aid. With the financial aid, I made good use of it this way. When the financial aid comes in, it's about uh, take or leave $3,000 in your account. Well, what I did was I kept it safe. I'm not touching it because I was working. I was working full time and I was schooling full time. Working full time, I make sure that from Monday through Friday, I go to school because I don't want to lose the financial aid. You don't go to school, you lose it, right? So I go to school. I have my attendance in place. I go to work in the after that after school. Let's say about 2 o'clock for to like 11 p.m. So what I did was we go to school. We gather the notes. I don't learn mostly on Monday through Friday. I made myself dedicated that I will go to school on Monday to Friday, take my notes, all the important
Mm-hmm.
materials I need. I'll take them on Saturday. America is so structured to the point that a lot of students don't like homework. I loved homework because that is where I could learn, you know. So every time they give us a homework, they give us a percentage, the homework takes majority percent of the class. So I structured myself that, okay, let me get these homeworks in on time. That way I don't lose those points. Okay. So at that point, I know that okay, my homeworks are done. I have those credits in there. It's fine. So on Saturday, I made sure, especially on the weekend, make sure we did all our homeworks, even do homeworks for the 2 weeks or 3 weeks to come. Just put it down. I don't want any issues to do with homeworks. Okay. So at that point, we study on weekend. Monday to Friday, we just go to school, take the notes, take the materials that we need, and everything. With coming back with the finance and the financial aid part, so we saved those monies. 2 years in community college, we saved all those monies, put it there. By the time I hit college, that was when I was in the sophomore year, junior. No, it was junior, third year. I would say third year. So third year, the monies I've saved from financial aid was able to take me through junior year, throughout all those junior years, and even first year of final year. So you see the plan. I kept those monies. By the time college was expensive, I mean, university is very expensive. 2 classes takes about $2,000, $3,000, But we already had those financial aid in place. So what my advice to young people that community college is not that, oh, you are not how Americans see community college is different. Community college, if you go to community college, it's not that you are back or something like that. You can make a lot out of community college. By the time you hit your university, you should have something to pay for your stuff. If only you are in my shoes. If you are those people that had scholarship, yes, that's fine. God bless you. Make good use of it. But if you are coming from my side, where I passed through the community college, I made sure I made use of those financial aid. I didn't waste it. By the time I hit university, I had it in place. So yeah, a little bit
Wow.
advice.
So I could say that it was
Yeah.
a very good plan. Like you had a plan in place to see you to navigate you. So what would be your personal story in all the things that you have said? Right? I believe that in most of the classes, probably will have been a fully black student. What is your personal story to a young person? Someone going to school, someone taking the same course, someone listening to you at this point. What is your personal story to that person? And what is your expectation to that person?
Oh wow.
What do you want the person to really achieve? I mean, listening to you. So that some years to come,
Yeah.
the person can say, I listened to you and that changed my life. What is your personal story?
Hmm. Yeah. Good question. Thank you, bro Chairman. Uh, I would say for my personal story, I would say um anybody listening to me here should have a plan in life. You should have a plan. Me coming from Ghana to America at a certain age, and a young person, I was determined that by the end of maybe 3 5 years, I should reach this target. So every single person in here or listening to me right now, hearing my voice, should have a plan. Should have uh, long. I don't like long term. I don't like long term plans. All I want is short term. Short term. 3 years, 4 years, 3 years, 4 years. Set yourself that plan. You know, and uh, and work to it. Again. Back to it. Hard work, dedication to what you are doing, and determination should lead you to what you want to become. Okay. For my personal story, for my personal view, um, going in America, schooling and working together, it just so hard that a lot of people couldn't even do it. But I see it as a part, it's a stage of life that you need to go through, if you want your future to be bright, if you want a good future for yourself. It's a stage you need to go through. Everybody has his own way. Yours might not be mine going to school all the way up to where I've been. Yours might be something else. You might start off of working early. Please just dedicate your life towards it, whatever you're doing. But if you are in my shoes going to school is hard, school is difficult, school is everything. But in the long run, school school helps. School um, makes you get uh, uh, to where you never thought of going. Okay, so I would say it's hard work, it's dedication. So everybody anybody that wants to pursue this path needs to have this in mind that it's not going to be easy. It's going to be hard. But through all, just make sure you are dedicated to what you're doing and pray. Prayers help too. Um, I'm a Christian. I'm a Christian. Listening from a Christian perspective, I would say prayers and God's work is also a key to making you successful as a young person.
Wow, wow, wow. I mean, listening to you today, I mean, uh, it reminds me of years back. You know, I mean, someone telling us the same story. I remember growing up, my proprietor used to do this thing, right behind your book, how you're going to end in the next 10 years. And then he put in the question, are you going to be a drop pusher? Are you going to do this? Are you going to do that? And then he will ask you to sit down and choose one for yourself. So just as we said, the roadmap to you becoming what you want to be, it is in your heart. And it's up to you to really sit down and navigate to the level that you want. But in all this thing that you said, how did God play in your story, in your journey, and how did your parents and your brothers influence you, and how do they see you now that you are a young black guy so
I'm sorry, brother. I can't hear you. Can you repeat yourself?
yes, so I was saying that in all those journey that you really talk about, how was there a God factor inside, and how were you able to really navigate your way? What role did your parents play? And now that you are a sober, I mean, what is the joy behind your family? And I mean, looking back to the years of going through those hard works that you want, you know, how was it like to you? Can you hear me now?
Mhm. Yes, I can hear you. If I get your question correct, it means
Was there a God
any
factor?
a God figure in there and parents and looking back, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, please.
Okay. Um, you know, anybody that knows me
Can you speak a little bit?
is that me. I'm not. Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right. Um, I would say um everybody that if you know me personally, I would say I don't joke with church. The reason being that I know the benefit of what God has done in my life. Okay. Um, I I took upon myself that even everything in I'm not a prayer warrior. I'm not a Bible study person. Or but what I know is that I took upon myself to learn something from the church that would keep me going to church every single day. Okay. So we learn this media production, Facebook Live, YouTube Live. If I don't go to church, it's gonna affect people watching. That's my way of giving out, and this has helped me a lot. I won't take any doubt of it. Doing God's work in your own way helped me a lot through this journey. There were times even during COVID. I remember during COVID, all the year COVID 2020, even at the peak of COVID, we were going to church to do production for God. You know, we have it. We secure ourselves to go do God's work. So I would say that part of me has helped me. But if you are any religious or any a religious person, find yourself something that will keep you going in your religion. If you're a Christian like me, find yourself something in the church that will keep you going. Parents were supportive. My mom, especially, I will always say this. She was so much supportive. Having four kids in, let's say, in the span of 5 years was a struggle, but she made sure we were okay. She made sure we didn't struggle to school. Even when there was struggle, she find a way to get it going. I remember in the University of Cape Coast, I was, every time I'll call her, I'll be like, "Oh, Mihiawe, I know she don't have it, but she helped us. She encouraged us. When we came to America, she wasn't here with us. Every time she calls her, she said, "Keep doing what you're doing." She was very supportive. Oh, she never discourage us in any way. She was, and she kept praying for us. Looking back from what all the struggles to now, and becoming a civil engineer in a minor in a civil engineering space. I feel like it's a great achievement to myself. For me, switching from arts to sciences to civil engineer. I know how people see civil engineer. It's a math-based, very hard course. But when I go out to my office or I go out to my desk and I see myself, I tap myself on my shoulder. I'm like, all this hard work's paid off. Okay, the respect that comes with it. It's not about the money you get. It's not about, the money is okay. You get paid as you work, but the respect, especially when we go for conferences at work, we go for conferences and people see you. They, I don't want to use that word. They see you in a certain way, like a minor being in this space, and it's not easy. It's not easy. So they kind of like give you that maximum respect. So it's not all about, oh, me go school, I'm going to, because of the money, 6 figures, blah blah blah. I don't see that. I see the respect, the what people see you. It's what gives me encouragement, and it really helps. Looking back at the struggles I've been through, and I'm not done. I'm still in the struggle. I'm learning. I'm still. I want to better myself. I'm not done, but at this stage right now, I would say that yes, I should be proud of myself, and my family should be proud of me. Yeah.
And the entire youth is also proud. We, we are so proud. We are so privileged to have.
Yeah,
Now we
stage
can really
forward.
boast to really say that we have. So before we bring the show, just want to start with what is your final statement to everyone listening to advice to young people listening to those Ghana, those outside here? What is your final
If I heard it correctly, my final statement
yeah,
to
your
any young
final
person watching us. Um, we, yeah, I've said it throughout my presentation. I've said it throughout this conversation that first thing, go first. Or any kind of religion you are in, any kind of any religion you believe in. I'm not here to be a religious Christian type of person, preaching my Christianity. Any type of religion you believe in, please put God first. God is 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 a is that one person you need to talk to in times of hard, when you are down, when you are in your low moments. Put God first. Moving on, I would say hard work, hard work, hard work, hard work, hard work. People keep saying hard work until I got into this stage. I know that not everything comes easy. Some things comes. You need to go for it. So hard work and dedicate yourself. If it's education you are going to, that you are going for education. Dedicate your 5 years or your 6 years. If you are being a medical student or whatever, dedicate your, let's say, 10 years of your life for this, for your education. Put yourself right, set yourself right. In your education, and never lose focus. People will discourage you. You might even discourage yourself that after all, was this? Why am I doing this after all? Never discourage yourself. Okay, encourage yourself. Put me in your class with me. Adding class, encourage yourself, search forward, and I would say be very connective. You can't be in your own space. You can't be sitting. You can't be in this world alone. Talk to people. Talk to people that know what you are doing. Don't box yourself. Don't put everything in you. You can't do this yourself. Get connections, make friends, make good friends. Let me classify the friends. Make good friends. Get a mentor or get someone that you look up to in life. Okay, and get yourself that person. That will encourage you, that will motivate you. Even it's not your parents. It cannot. It can be your parents. It might not be your parents. It might be someone you feel like, oh, this is the person that has gone to that level, so I want to be there. Talk to them, get those connections, and I know by God's way, God be on your side, and your hard work will pay off in the near future. Thank you.
Thank you so much, brother. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So, to those of you, a few things that you said that always remember the always always motivate change. Thank you so much, brother. I shouldn't say engineer. Than thank you so much. If you want to really say hi to people, you can do that. And then we will show. Do you want to say
Thank you.
hi to someone?
I can hear you. I'm sorry.
Do you want to say hi to someone?
Oh, uh, greetings from abroad. I would say thank you to you, your team, for giving me this opportunity. I would say hi, most hi to my mom. I know when I posted the flyer, she wanted the time. I should think she'll be awake watching. She's back in Ghana, so and my brother, Joel Boateng, my other brothers, Edwin and Beatrice Boateng, my aunt who is here, Mary Boateng, that's all, and my uncle. Everybody watching me, thank you so much. And I'll say thank you to my pastor, Reverend Adakwa. He's here. And one of the major pillars also is um, our superintendent minister of Atlanta Circuit, Sofubwama. He also helped us, encouraged us through this journey. And few people from my church. If I'm going to say, I'm going to miss some names. So
Please,
anyway,
to
I'll
all
have
your
some
church
few
members, to all your church members.
names to mention. All the church members. Let me mention some few names that are important to me. Hey, all the members, all the
Anyway,
members. Thank you all. Thank you so much.
thank you so much. Thank you so much, Engineer Daniel. Thank you so much for being a blessing to us. We are so grateful in having you on this team. The few things that he has said, and I want to reassure that everything that you are doing, let God know the center. Let God be part of it. My last message to all of you watching today is that create a new way, a new way, a new pathway, new ideas altogether, a new career path altogether. But if you want to really do all this, please sit down and ask yourself in 10 years, where do you want to be with all this? And once you have that, identify friends, close friends, you can be, just as engineer said, it can be your family, it can be close friends with you who will help you to really get to this level. But you know what? Choose your friends wisely. Look at friends that will make a positive impact into your life, not friends that will bring you down, but look for friends that will share the same vision with you, that want to help you to really get to it. So on behalf of the whole team, myself, Cecilia, and all the other crew, we want to say thank you for joining us today. Have a productive day. And we'll see you in 2 weeks' time. Have a blessed evening wherever you find yourself. Either it is evening, it is morning, wherever you find yourself. Say thank you for joining us today. And please do like the page, share with your friends, and let's get the story out for someone to learn from engineer what story. And some years to come, that person can also share. When I listen to this, and it will motivate you to get where I want. On that note,